But seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Minnesota Vikings. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Now a play fake. Lance on the move to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hawkins. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a give, right side. Hawkins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Lance. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off, and the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. That good for 19 and a first down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Desmond Ridder taking it in from the 20. And the Vikings will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And Lance going to throw out to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Working with his 2nd and 4. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
2nd and 5. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Tyquan Thornton, 89 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
On second down, another run for Dillon. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On third down, here's Dillon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Lance. Escaping the pressure right. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a give right side. It's Hawkins. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And Lance now to throw. Flushed out right. That caught by Tremble. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
There's Tremble, the tight end. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Lance rolling to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Dillon up the middle. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Here's Lance to throw it. That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Lance. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Lance. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. From 19 yards away. And the Panthers have got it back to within a score. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Okay, right?
2nd and 11. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Cook following the penalty. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Cook again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground, it's Cook. In on the tackle there, Brandon Smith.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll look to throw here. And this one caught by Travis Kelce.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Back to throw now on first down.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelce.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Darius Slayton, 35 yards.
And the Vikings continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Lance looking to throw it. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Lance. Steps away. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Second and 9 now. Tunyon's got it on the out route. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 51 yards rushing for him now to this point. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Haven't met a defense coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job. Hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on first down. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll look to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. And that's on the tackle, Braden Smith. They'll try the middle with Cook. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
52 blaster. Steel black.
2nd and 15. Touchdown! Tyquan Thornton with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Begin at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Daniil Hunter drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Afitu Melifonwu up to make the tackle there. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
One quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Up the middle, it's Cook. Brought down that time by Quay Walker.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
97. Smash, red.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. And his kick here is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Lance. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there for Carolina. 61 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Escaping the pressure right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Being chased out left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Desperation time here. Lance. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
And with the scoreboard against them here in the 4th quarter, this was definitely 4-down territory. Really nice job there finding a way to get open, and a really nice throw. That sets them up with 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Lance. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
2nd down and goal. Lance. That's caught at the 3. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. Lance looks to throw again. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Tommy Trimble. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
78 yards rushing now for Cook, and this is a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Cook getting the call there on first down as he works his way forward for a nice gain of 5.
Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook looking for an opening. Not much there. He'll get it to the 39. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Lance now on first down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this. So Carolina keeps the ball. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So they keep the football, but now face second and long. Working from the gun, Lance.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Lance. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. Remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his second, but instead it's fourth down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Ready. 52 blue. Strike it.
Lance and company going on fourth down.
He's going to let it fly.
He's got a man, complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. That is caught inside the 5. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Now Lance again. Forced out to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.